Morning, everybody. Welcome to Jane Talks. I'm sitting out on the deck. I just enjoyed a nice cup of coffee, and it's a little bit chilly this morning. I'm bundled up in my hoodie, and I have a blanket all wrapped around me. And I really noticed this morning just the warmth of the sun and the crisp smell in the air, nice clean smell. I mowed the lawn yesterday, so there's kind of that fresh cut grass smell, and a lot of birds chirping and singing away. And I was just thinking how grateful I am that I guess just for my senses to be able to take in the beauty around me. And I guess that probably sounds kind of corny or mushy or soft. I don't know. Maybe I'm having moments of that, which is probably a good thing. Um, my son came back from college yesterday. He's done his 3 years now, and he has some other opportunities. Not really sure where that's going, but I'm looking forward to the next chapter in our lives. It's a nice feeling for a mom to have all her little birdies back in the nest again. But having said that, I realize how different this will be, and I think I'm looking at it with a sense of I was going to say fear, but it's not fear. It's, I guess, anxiousness, like an anxiousness as far as how is it going to go. Um, Three adults living in a tiny home, and my son has had the freedom of being away for 3 years and kind of doing his own thing, and yet I'm sure coming back, he's happy to be home, and yet there will be times he will feel restricted in what he does. And I was thinking how important it is for me to remember that, as well as for him to remember that I had freedoms that I no longer have with him here as well. And in my head, I'm thinking theoretically, we're all adults. We can do this. We can work through this. And I know we can. I am so thankful and so blessed to enjoy a close relationship with both of my children. And they mean so much to me. And I'm so amazed by the young man and young woman that they have become. And I'm thankful for them. I guess for me, I think what's kind of weighing on me right now is the weight of the changes that come now, the financial obligations, and digging out from. I mean, my focus these past 3 years has been like, there is no way that my son will not finish this course because of finances. I will find a way, and he will not be denied this opportunity because of the rest of the situation and issues in our lives. And that stubbornness I don't regret. And I think I just chose not to think about or deal with what would happen at the end of that. And now the end of that has come, and now it's time to move on to a different chapter. And until I think changes happen all the time in our lives, and new routines and new situations arise and challenges, and it's a good thing. But for me, my son and I were just talking about this yesterday. It takes me such a long time to process things, and I think that it's not that. I laughed at my son because he said, is there something wrong with us? And I said, no, I don't think so. I think we're just different. Like, there's a lot of people that can make choices and decisions, and they just go with it. And for the most part, it doesn't turn out bad. But for some of us, we tend to think and analyze, and probably for me, way overanalyze. And that's something I need to work on. I guess for me, I think until a new routine can be formed, and going forward motion happens, there's, for me, an overwhelming sense of anxiousness, and sometimes I even allow myself to feel frustrated and think it wouldn't have to be this way. And while that is true, it's not the reality of the situation, right? So it doesn't do any good to think about that and feel concerned about that. So we all make mistakes, and we all live and learn from them, and we go forward from where we are right now, from today. And so for me, I want to be thankful for each day and go forward in that day, trying to make it the best day it can be. Having said all that, I don't feel very positive right now today, and it has nothing to do with the fact that my son moved back. I guess in general, to me, I'm looking at it like this is another new stage of life. He will be moving on to complete adulthood. That's the goal, right? And for me as a mom and as a parent, it's a question of, okay, so how can I encourage and support that? It's hard to cut those apron strings. It's hard not to feel responsible. It's hard for me to stand up for myself and to make sure I'm getting what I need, and that is not meant in a selfish way. I feel like it's more of a self-preservation, sanity thing, and I think as parents we often forget that. I don't think I'm alone in that, where we give so much, and there's nothing left at the end of the day for us. And I know that I've been guilty of that, and I know that I tend to do that just in general because when I reach out and care about others, it lessens my own personal pain that I may or may not be feeling and what I might be going through. There's a time and place for that, for sure, but there's also a time and place for self-care, and that's something that I want to work on. That's something that I want to make sure that I'm okay. So I guess that's really where I need to start. I think I just gave myself my morning lecture, which is great. So I hope you all have a great week, and we will talk to you next week.